Hello and welcome to SoBricks. I'm Adam and this is SoBricks. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Star Wars The Crimson Firehawk set. This is set number 75384. It has 136 pieces and I paid $30 for this set. So this set retailed for $50. It is a 4+ set. It's based on the Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures. And part of the reason I wanted this is because it was the last day of the 2024 Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar. And I was pretty interested in this. And it's interesting to me, especially, considering that this is only 136 pieces, but it is a 4+ set, a couple minifigures in here. On the Lego.com shop at home website, this is listed at $49.99, so $50. At other major retailers, I've seen this on shelves for $40 generally. That's what I'm used to seeing. On major online retailers, I've seen it for $35. I price matched this at a time when it was $30. And so that's a pretty significant discount. It's, essentially 40% off. Is that right? I think so. And so, that, and even still $30 for this, I was a little bit so on. I was kind of hoping I could see it down in the, sub 30 into the high 20s or something like that. And I know that that's probably, out of the question for Lego to have priced it like that, for the MSRP, just based on the figures, based on the size of pieces in here, based on the prints and just everything that's included. But I was really only trying to get this for a pretty steep discount, and I did. So when I talk about the value for this, I'm going to talk about it for what I paid, $30. I'm going to talk about it at what I'm used to seeing it being sold at, which I think is $40. And as of recording this, when I look at the Lego shop at home website, it's listed at $50, and I'll kind of talk about all of those at the end. But I'm excited to look at this. I think it's interesting looking set, and looking forward to it. So in this video, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put this together, and then I'll share my thoughts on it while I build. I'll speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So, until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego Star Wars The Crimson Firehawk set, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and then remind you, if you like the video, click the thumbs up, and if you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. That helps me a lot. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. This is a 4+ set. It comes together pretty quick. Most of the building is in this kind of market stall food stand. We did build that speeder as well, and then we have some really big starter pieces here, and we connect those eventually, just a little bit of building on those, and we have some nice specialized pieces in here, and we're finishing this up. There's not a ton to this, less than 150 pieces, so that's it. And now on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is the Lego Star Wars The Crimson Firehawk set. This is okay. It's about what I expected. There's some good stuff in here, some stuff that I think is maybe less good or not, my favorite kind of thing. But we will get right into it. And the first thing we will look at is the minifigures, because you get 2 minifigures. First one here I was really excited about. This is Nubs, I believe. So they are a character from the Young Jedi Adventures show, And I'm assuming they are a young Jedi because they have a lightsaber here. So we can see that. Really cool molded headpiece for the face there. Good printing on the face as well. They're kind of like fluffy, big ears, lots of like extra molding detail on the back, which is really nice. I should also point out that they have this nice cloth cape. It's single hull, but it is like the two colors there, or like, you know, double ply or whatever. The one inside is one color, the outside is another color, which looks really cool. Looking at the torso actually is very good, really detailed. The opacity feels right for the kind of robe there and the belt and maybe the holster kind of for the lightsaber or anything. Back of the torso has kind of a continuation with the robe and the belt or the waist tie. And then this character is on the smallest legs, so there is no midsection and they cannot bend their legs at all. There's also no printing on the arm. Overall, I think this is a unique figure, and I don't know if there will be, you know, putting this figure into other sets. I'm assuming this is maybe one of the main characters from Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures. I don't know for sure, but if it is the case that they're a main character, they will, and they make more sets for Young Jedi Adventures. I'm sure this character would come up again, but I'm not 100% positive, and I don't know where this falls into the Star Wars timeline or the canon to know if this character would be grown up in some property and then also make a appearance in Lego minifigure form or not. But good to get this character. It's unique, very good color, and I like that headpiece a lot. The other one we get here is Nash Durango. So they have a wrench piece here, so they are maybe able to work on some of the stuff that is in this set. Really nice hair piece, so like tied up at the back, kind of has this stuff on the front like brushed over to the side, which is great. We have one face there with kind of, you know, different eyebrows, nice expression. They do have an alternate face, which is them looking surprised, maybe a little bit worried or concerned there, so we can see that. Looking at the torso, they have kind of a nice jacket, feels very Star Wars with like the extra details around the collar, the belt there, but it's plain in the middle, which makes sense. No printing on the midsection, no printing on the legs, no printing on the arms. These are on the like middle legs, so not as tall as a lot of minifigures, but also not as small as Nubs's legs, because it does have the midsection and these do bend, so we can see that there. On their back, they have a one of these pieces that we can clip stuff to, so that is fine. And I'm not sure like what specifically they would have on them on their back or anything. I guess it could be different stuff, but they do have that kind of thing around their neck, so we could put something on the back. And I don't think I need to take it off. The torso doesn't have very much going on the back. I suppose I can take it off quick. There is some detail in there, but not a ton, so not a big deal, and we can get them set up again. So those are the two minifigures here. Overall, I think they're fine, good even. I'm not really familiar with these characters, but that is okay. The other one we get here is a droid, which is an RJ-83 droid. So this is actually pretty nice. I was happy to get this. So it's like a small-ish, I don't know if it's technically an astromech, and the scale's just the way that it is, or what kind of droid specifically. It's sort of the way that it's named, RJ-83, kind of feels like It might be an astromech, but maybe like a smaller one. I don't know if it's like a BB-8 or this or that or another thing. But this is printed, so printed all the way around. Printing is actually pretty good, and the like orange that goes all the way around, I think that's orange, is pretty much equidistant from the bottom of the piece. So that looks good. Same for up here. It's not like off. At a weird angle or anything like that. And looking at it from the top up here, the kind of distance between the actual stud and the printing feels pretty good, so I like to see that. And then it is also printed down here, so this is on a clear brick piece, but there is printing on the front for its like legs. I would say it looks to me like little legs on there, so that is cool. Good to get that print as well. And then there's a bunch of like accessories and different stuff in this set. So the first thing I will look at is actually the speeder bike, because this is one of the first things you build with Nubs. So this is Nubs's speeder bike. It has the shape of many other speeder bikes in the Star Wars universe. Very simple. Starts with the 2x6. Put this kind of piece with the 2x2 with these like elevated kind of wing slope pieces back there. Just put this angled brick there, or like roof brick. This is all in like blue. I think this is blue, maybe purple. I'm not 100% sure. We use a couple of the modified plates with the rails in here in tan, and the rest of this is blue. We have those 1x1 bricks with the bar element coming off of them on either side. Then we have a stud on the side brick, a Nexonite shield up top. We put a couple antenna pieces, or like these bar pieces in there, anti-stud, or you know, the stud side out, and then we clip on a couple flag pieces that are also in that nice color. So yeah, I mean, this looks like a speeder bike. It is a 4+ set, so I think that's important to remember. There's not many pieces in here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 pieces maybe in this. It's pretty blocky. It is pretty crude, or like doesn't feel like it's rendered super high. It feels a little bit low res. That's okay. We can put this character on there. Now this character's legs do not bend, so they can't sit down, and on the box and the instructions or official images, it just has them kind of standing on that, and it doesn't look that bad like looking at it from the front like this, and it's easy enough to kind of swoop this around. You could also move them up, I suppose, and it almost looks like they could hold on to some of the stuff there, and that might look fine too. So overall, fine. It is pretty durable, pretty sturdy, and it just isn't the most detailed. It isn't the most fun or interesting build. It is very much a 4+ build, and that is okay. So you do get that, and then you get these kind of interesting accessory sort of things for this side area here. So one of them is here, using like a kind of think these are like Minecraft chests. Inside there we have a hammer, so that's another accessory that maybe Nash Durango could use instead of the wrench and pry bar there. So there's a hammer in there. We can close that up. It's got like the flat-ish lid. We do put something else on top of there, another kind of crate or something. This is not like a box piece or a it is just that special like 2x2 with the big grooves in the side, which is a nice look, but you can't like put anything in there really. This is only studded on there on one stud, so very easy to take that off and it just be some other element there. Maybe, you know, some stuff can lean on it, lean up against it, things of that nature. Then we build this little grill here. So 2x3, a bunch of the orange translucent 1x2 plates in there, a 1x2 with a clip, and the grate pieces or like the vented tiles there. And then we can clip on a fish piece on top of that. So we have a little grill. And then we have this essentially kind of marketplace food stall type build here, which is off to the side. So looking at the bottom, it uses one of these, it's like a road plate or something, but it's like a grass plate, so it's got like the extra thickness through here and up on the corners and stuff like that. And then on one side we just put one of these round plates there. On the other side we have to put a tile to connect it. We build up this stand, very basic. We have kind of the counter here, does use some of those grooved bricks in there, which is nice. Big kind of panel bricks there, archway pieces. Then we put all these inverted slopes up there to kind of get the stripes for the canopy or the covering of this. We build a little light fixture, which looks nice. There's a little bit of translucent in there, a couple of the disc pieces, and that can be in there. And then we have all the stuff on the side. So we get a barrel piece, which looks like it has an apple in it. If it's a Star Wars fruit, that could be something else. We do have one of these crate type pieces. Let me see here. Pop that off, and inside we have a cheese wedge in yellow, I want to say, so or maybe lime green, but I think it's yellow. And so maybe that is supposed to be cheese. I don't really know if they have that necessarily in Star Wars. We have one of these bigger kind of bin pieces, the taller ones with the extra kind of molding in there. There's a fish in there that goes on the side. And then we have a cauldron piece, and inside we put a round gray brick with the little floral piece there, the 3 leaves. So those get put in on a jumper over here, the 2x4 tile with 2 studs on top. So those are easy enough to pop off. The ones over here are studded down more on this side, just because of how this road type plate works. And for whatever reason, when I have this on there with the barrel, it's difficult for me to take off. So then, like, I don't know if the grill is really supposed to be anywhere in particular. It could be just off to the side here. Same with some of this storage, different things. One could, put the grill somewhere. I think it will fit, kind of inside there like that, which does make it kind of in the way of the counter space there. There's a good amount of space here, so we can put a figure in there. It's a little bit tight, even though this is a shorter minifigure or on a slightly smaller legs. It's a little bit tight to get them in there, but there is enough clearance so they can be at the marketplace stand. And then, we can kind of populate that with some of this other stuff. If we wanted to, we could probably fit everything on there. And, I just kind of threw the wrench back there, but this has now the crate and the grill sort of on there. They're not on there like super strong. You can see there's some gap there, but they are on there, which is self-contained sort of, which I do appreciate. Being able to do that doesn't give or leave a ton of room to play with the character, but it's still possible to get them in and out of there. And then if you have these like separate, they have a lot more space to move around. We can also, pop them out on the front of the stand, something like that, so they can interact with the different food elements and stuff. And then the rest of the build, and I suppose the bulk of the build, is this spaceship itself, which is the Crimson Firehawk. So like I said, this was the final build for day 24 for the 2024 Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar. And because the way that one worked was going through the history of Lego Star Wars sort of chronologically, this is the one they did for like the most recent one, because I think this is like maybe one of the more recent properties that we could introduce new characters, new ships. I think Young Jedi Adventures was like a very new thing, and this was kind of the flagship ship or set that was from the Young Jedi Adventures. I think it might be the only one. This is interesting. So shape-wise, it definitely looks like the counterpart that was in the Advent Calendar, which is nice. It's important to remember that this is a 4+ set as well. So when building this, the front end here with these kind of big wings, that red part, besides these angled plates out there, all the rest of this stuff is one big piece, and this gray back here, the light bluish gray, is all one big piece. So we have like two really big specialized elements that make up the kind of chassis of the bulk of this. They connect with Technic pins in there, and then we build on up from that. We kind of start at the rear, and we use 4 of these kind of red panel pieces, which I think are like 4x4 and in there, and then we do add the pieces that go over the top. We can tile those out after that. If I pop this up, we should be able to kind of see here. So each one of these, covers up a portion of that, and you can see the panel pieces. There's no stickers in there. There's no stickers in this set. It is a 4+ set, which is always nice to get stuff with no stickers. And those I don't think are super intended to, be easy to take off and put on, but that's giving us a lot of structure back here. We have these big inverted angle pieces, and just put a 2x6 over there. We have some hinge plates down here, which are the 2x2 with the kind of ratchet joint, and then we have one of this 4x4 or 4x3 kind of ratchet hinge piece, and in there we have a bunch of cargo space. There's a little bit of a ramp sort of, or a step down to get into the lowest part of this, because this is a good amount of thickness there. And one of the things we can do here is load up the speeder bike into the starship, so that actually fits back in there. It rattles around a little bit, but not too much, and it's not terrible to get out of there because of that ramp. Just because of the size of my hands and whatever else, I have a little bit of difficulty getting that in. So I've found it's easiest to just tip it over and it will come out, but they do try to make that a somewhat smooth transition there. And then besides that, we start building up the top. So we have a little bit of stuff here, almost looks like thrust, just with a stud on the side brick. There's a couple other bricks in there, and then we like these longer, like 1x6 kind of sloped pieces. Then we have that kind of bridging between the gray and the red. So besides just the Technic pins going through the center of these two kind of starter bricks, we do have some overlapping stuff there. We get both of these really long kind of curved pieces here, which I think were just used. I think they're actually the same piece that was used for the bigger leaves in the Lego Botanicals mini orchid set, but these are white and they are printed. Printing on these looks really good. The white is white, some fine lines in there. The opacity for the red and the grayish color up here are really nice. So those are great pieces. Those are they're not identical either, just because of the way the curves go here. So those are really good. Then we get up around the front. We do have these kind of boosters. I don't know if they're like cannons or if they're more propulsion there. Really basic. use that like shorter, like 2/3 size brick with the grooves all the way around, then an axle brick or like a brick with a Technic pin coming on both sides, and then this kind of angled rooftop piece. Put a couple rims for wheels on there in white so these can spin. Little cone brick on the front, those are identical. We put those on there again as maybe engines or something like that. And then we have the front where we have a couple cone pieces on some brackets, not too much going on there. I don't know. This doesn't have any stud shooters, bolt shooters, spring-loaded shooters, tile shooters, anything like that. So anything that is kind of acting as maybe laser blasters or cannons or something are just representing that. And then I've kind of been beating around the bush here, but we have the canopy piece. I can pop that off, and inside we can see there is a printed terminal, there is a seat here, and it is possible to have all of these characters in here, and that's counting the R8, no, what is it? RJ87, 83. I don't know why I had different things in my head there, but we can fit nubs in here. I'll try to give them some space. I'll put maybe this in there, maybe put this in there, and depending on where I have them, okay, that's not bad. And then I will put RJ83 somewhere right here, and maybe we can make that work. And I can pop this back on. I don't know if that's going to be the best place for them. There we go. We can have something like that. So now we have the speeder bike in the back. We have nubs back there. We have Nash Durango. We also have the RJ83 droid all in there. And this canopy piece is printed. It is large, kind of specialized piece there. We do add this little cone, clear cone up top, and this is really nice. I actually think this is quite good. The printing goes pretty close to the edge down here and over kind of this the edge on these curves to kind of get this paneled effect there. Overall, the opacity of the white is pretty good for Lego. I mean, I think they should always do at least this good or better. It's not, it's not perfect. Looking at the white of the actual pieces here compared to this is not, you can really see the difference. Same over here. So you can see the difference, but it is pretty good for Lego. And I know that that's partly because it is a print, but like looking at, prints on canopy pieces for Speed Champions or other stuff, or, recently I saw the Jang review of the ARC 170, and one of the main problems was one, like poor print quality, mismatched print colors, and then also the stickers that they had to put, or one has to put on the like canopy pieces or cockpit windshield pieces for that set. Not only are a pain to put on, I've said that before, those are like my least favorite to put them on, clear kind of windscreen or canopy pieces, and they're rounded, so they're not even like this, but the opacity of the white on those stickers looked terrible. From everything I've seen for that ARC 170, it looks pretty good on the box, looks maybe closer to what this is, but so I bring that up just to say that, compared to some other Lego printed canopies, the opacity here is slightly better than average. Frankly, I think their average should be improved upon. And then it's definitely better than like if it were stickers, of course, because it's a 4+ set, there wouldn't be stickers. I think they did a pretty good job on this. It's far from perfect, making that white like thicker on there, more layers or whatever to just make it less see-through and more opaque would be better, just so this isn't such a big difference. And I am trying to remember, and I'm trying to be like grateful that I think this is pretty good. It's just not like premium, perfect, best it could be. Maybe some people thought that this was like really, really bad. I feel like I've seen worse quality prints in terms of how thick they are, or the opacity, or how much they match up to the pieces there. Like and the red is actually not terrible, but the white is just a little more see-through, so it ends up coming a little more bluish grayish than just the pure white plastic there. But other than that, it's pretty nicely done. I think it looks great with the characters all in there. We can see them all depending on where we're looking through here, which is nice. And this is super swooshable, very easy to move around. It's pretty light actually, given the size, and that is because there's it's empty throughout a lot of this. It has some hollowed out portions. It does have big starter bricks, specialized pieces in here, so that's okay. But I always like when they have places to store accessories and places for figures to go, and being able to load the speeder bike in the back is very cool. Being able to fit all the characters in here is maybe needed, but good to see. So I do like all of that, and that's kind of everything in this set. Let me pop these characters out of here so we can see them all when considering everything that's in the box for this one. And I'll maybe separate out some of this stuff as well, just so we can see all of that. And I'll show the extra pieces. You just get a few 4+ set, mostly bigger pieces, couple small ones, the lightsaber hilt, the cheese slope there for the detail, the translucent stud that is in the light fixture, the Technic pin, which goes between the starter bricks, and that leaf piece in there. So those are all your extra pieces. And this set is 136 pieces, 2 minifigures plus a very tiny droid, and it retails for $50, at least on the Lego Shop at Home website right now. As of recording this, it is listed at $50. I've seen it in the stores for $40. I paid $30 for this, which is a significant discount. That is, if I'm going based off of the price on the Lego website, I am getting like 40% off to get this set. And look, it is a 4+ set. I always, those do carry a premium because of specialized pieces, big pieces, printed pieces, and things like that. And so it's pretty common at any 4+ set kind of any theme is going to have maybe price to part ratios that seem a little bit skewed, a little bit out of whack or unbalanced. And that's true here. I mean, the idea that there's like 100 and less than 150 pieces, and I might pay $50 for that is kind of outrageous. And frankly, 150 pieces, depending on what the pieces are, for $30 is kind of bad. But this big canopy piece, these are big pieces with prints. This is a big piece that I don't know how much use they'll get out of this, or if they're able to reuse this. This one maybe they already had, or maybe not. I don't know, but these are big pieces, and so it's, I think, a little bit silly to try to act like these pieces should be only 10 cents, and so therefore this set in its entirety should be $14. That doesn't feel right. I feel like I have more than that here. That said, I don't think I have $50 here. Now, I know we have a couple things going here. We have 4+, which is generally pricier, taking into account the big parts, the specialized pieces, the figures here, new figures for some of these new prints. We also have Star Wars. Star Wars sets are expensive, overpriced. Lego in general is expensive, but Star Wars is one of the themes that, maybe has worse value than some of the other ones. And, because of that, it is Star Wars, it is Disney, that's part of it as well. And when I take all that into account, and then I look at what I have in front of me, $30, makes sense to me. And I don't know, if this is $10-15 here and $5 here and a couple dollars for this or $1 for this plus the figures, I can probably make this add up to about $30 in my head and have that make sense, which is the price that I paid for it. And unfortunately, that's not the price it retailed for. So if I were to get this on a shelf at a retail store, not a Lego store, I don't think, unless it was on sale. But if I got it for $40, which would be, 20% off from its retail price or the listed MSRP that I'm seeing, $40 would still be a lot for this, I think. And $50 feels, to me, really, really bad. I don't know if that's because I don't have a firm grasp on, how expensive these pieces are, or anything like that. I just think this one it was an overpriced one, and I don't know where they needed to add to it. Like, I don't know if the ship doesn't really need more detail or more bulk or anything like that, more functionality. Like, it is pretty good as is. Maybe some stuff could be added in some of these side areas here that would have made this a little bit better. $50 seems like way too much to me. I don't know if I would consider this like the worst value set at MSRP out of all of the Lego catalog. There are other sets that I've been kind of looking at that I want to get if I can get it on a steep enough discount. And so this is like another one that I was not going to pay full retail price for. I wasn't even going to buy this for 20% off. And I think I got my money's worth at the price I paid, which is 40% off, which is a lot to ask. I don't know how reasonable it is for me to say this feels good for $30, giving all the kind of caveats that I've put in here, and say, well, Lego should have priced this at $30. I just don't know if that makes sense for them, even if it makes sense for me. That's how I'm feeling, though. Barring putting this at $30 and then having it go on sale for $24 or $7 or whatever. I don't see it. I actually do see this being sold for maybe 50% off, so one could get it for $25. That would not surprise me at all, or maybe even a steeper discount. Personally, I would not be surprised to find this heavily discounted. So if this was a $30 retail set, I think much more understandable to me. It also makes it that much more accessible, which more people would be apt to buy it, not just adults like me, but maybe more of the kind of target audience that this is catering to, and their families would be able to buy it and would be more likely to buy it if it wasn't $50 and was closer to $30. I mean, that's a big difference. And comparing this to getting multiple other sets that add up to about $50 or $40, there are better things to buy for better value for those people. If this was $30, I could have seen this be a lot more successful. I don't know the metrics and the sales data on this. I don't know what the cost is for Lego, and I don't know how well this is doing. So this is all like speculation based on my feeling, based on my experience with what I've had in the box. $30 would be a great price point for this. That's what I paid, so I am fine with the deal I got. I think this is overpriced, though, generally for the MSRP. And I'm a little bit surprised to see that it is listed at $50 on the Lego website, but then on other major retailers, it's listed at $40, and then could be found on sale. So if it's possible to price match or do whatever, maybe look into that. If you're interested in this set, I'll put a link to get it in the description. That's like an affiliate link. If that may earn me a very small commission if you buy something through the link. So that's one way to help and support the channel. It means a lot. Every little bit helps. So maybe consider doing that. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I think that's it. So if you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more Lego Star Wars, more 4+ sets, bigger sets, smaller sets from all different themes, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming Lego videos. Subscribing helps me a lot, means a lot to me, and we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so it'd be incredible to get there, and I'll give some stuff away to some lucky people. And last time I hit a milestone, which I think was 1,000 maybe, but or maybe I did something for 1,500 or something like that, but not that many people commented for the giveaway, so like I sent stuff to a lot of people because I was like, one person's gonna get this small box set, and everybody else will get poly bags or multiple poly bags. And I don't have a big audience, so if you want to like get in or have a good chance at winning a giveaway when we get to that next milestone of 2,000 subscribers, you have a pretty good chance of winning. So just keep that in mind. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. So that's one of the conditions for the giveaway, should we get there, and then I'll make that happen. And then if you wanted to support the channel in a different way by giving money to the channel, you could do that here on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. I have a Patreon, it's in the video description, affiliate links in the video description, buy me a coffee link in the video description, and on my channel page. All that stuff helps financially support the channel, makes a big difference. Every little bit helps. So if you're interested, maybe check those things out. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. And with all of that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.